So starting with classic yin, we're going to come into the nest. So feet come together, knees fall open to the side. Here you can adjust your buttocks flush, the flush of your thighs and your butt, you can move it so you're not lurching forward. And you can bring cushions or blocks under your knees to support the knees and make you feel like you're in a little nest. From here, you can hold on the ankles and extend upward. And then slowly reach the torso up out of the hips and round forward. It's not important where you end on this form. It's just important that you hold the form and allow your body to melt into it. Allow your body to take the shape and let yourself melt into the form. For our first position tonight, you might feel gripping in the body or an area of the body that just won't release right yet. And it's normal and okay. We're at the start of our practice. We'll observe the body as we sit with time and pressure, tension and stress. Lengthening our inhale and lengthening our exhale. Feeling the breath inflate the body. And feeling the body relax on the exhale. So to really allow you to go into parasympathetic yin, I'm going to really try not to have too many vocal cues tonight. I'm going to use the timer, and I'll signal you when it's about time to come out of the form. With my voice, of course. But allow your body to observe the sensations as we work our way through the forms tonight. So we went right from conversation right into yin practice. So we're shifting our state. And allow your breath to lengthen and keep it consistent. Breathing into the back. Allowing the breath to stretch the body. See how much your body yields on the exhale. See if you melt a little closer to the earth. In through the nose on the inhale. Let's take 8 more breaths in the nest. See if your awareness and your attention can stay with the breath. Now for 6 more repetitions. We're in our last 45 seconds of the form. See if you can drop deeper. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, and we'll begin to slowly unfurl from this form. Take your time. We want to take at least 30 seconds. We were here for 4 minutes. Use your hands to press yourself back to the back edge of your sits bones as you roll slowly, slowly from flexion into extension. We folded on sagittal plane, folding forward, and our legs are open to the on our transverse plane. Coming all the way up, inhale and exhale, and then slowly we can lengthen our right leg along the floor. So I'm going to just turn on a little angle so I don't have to adjust my things, but you can just go into your straddle sit. So for this one, the half butterfly, you can decide if you're going to tilt, go on a side bend, tilting, keeping your front of your body on your frontal plane, or are you going to use a rotation and rotate through your transverse plane and forward on your sagittal plane, taking it forward or to the side. Decide what is suitable for you tonight. Let your body find the position that works, because we'll be there for several minutes. Again, you don't need to max your position on the first breath. We'll be here for a few minutes. Having a block or a cushion, I like to put the block sometimes under my armpit or under my head if I'm letting my face go towards my leg. Again, I'm going to limit instruction and allow you to just feel. And we'll come out of the pose after another 2.5 minutes. Feel the stretch through the body. On the top back hip. Breathe. Time and stress to open the body. See if your body can yield deeper into the stretch. You have 30 seconds left. Notice if the body, in the next 2 or 3 breaths, notice if the body can relax any deeper, lengthening those lines of tension. And very, very slowly, you can use your hands to press you up from this position, or you can roll the body towards your center line, taking the tension slowly off that back hip. moving in super slow-mo, and then using the hands to help you roll back up. Lengthen upward. Sit and feel. You feel the differences on both sides of the body. So before we go to other side butterfly, we're going to put in the middle the shoelace or the square. So I'm going to just take my left leg, it was bent, keep it bent, bring it under. Right leg was extended, I'm going to bring it on top of my left leg to stack the knees. So I'm going to reach away. My right leg is going to my left side. My left side is going, or my body is going to my right side. So I know we might be mirrored on the screen. And then we can just flip it. So it doesn't matter what side you do first, but I'm using right or left just to be more clear. It's like, why am I actually? So moving away from that hip can intensify the stretch in the hip. And you don't have to, you can sit here if it's a very strong stretch and even come forward, or decide if you want to go to the side. You can use a block over here. I like to, maybe you can have your twos. I just lean away from my left hip and really open through that hip joint. And we'll be here for 3 minutes. So find that I can take this side bend, I can open my neck. My hand that's up, I can bring it around back. And we're kind of, unless you have decided to go forward, if you've decided to just go to the side, I'm going to lean back as though there's a wall behind me. And just really side bend and reach out of that hip. And melting into this form, hip stretch. Side stretch, maybe neck stretch too. Let the shoulder of the left side melt down the back. Feel the scapula slide down the back. Keeping the breath smooth and using the breath as a meter to see if we're at the right point of tension, the right point of stress. We should always be able to keep the breath flowing and smooth. See if you can take it a little more, if your body stretch a little further. You have just over 1 minute left. We're in our last 30 seconds of this form. Breathe into those ribs. So very slowly, use your hand that's extended to push yourself up. So slow. Let the tension come gradually from the bottom up. The tension is released. Resist the urge to take any oppositional movements or counter stretches. And just sit and feel that side of the body for a moment. And I'm going to slowly unwind my legs. Bring both legs to the front and my hands behind and take a few windshield wiper movements. As small or as large as works, and usually the legs and the feet a little farther apart is more comfortable. So we're going to get ready to do our other side, that sequence of the half butterfly, and then the shoelace. So now I'll extend my left leg, or your opposite leg that you didn't do. This one we can extend to the side, just tip it over, or we can rotate and go to the side. When I extend to the side, I put my top arm behind usually, like we did, but I know that other one's coming, but it's yogi's choice. Or I can twist towards the block and take it down and enjoy. So we're activating and stretching through that opposite hip, the hip that my body is reaching away from. And rest, feel the line of tension, and just being there with it, being present, and breathing. About halfway through this form, see if you can adjust your prop if you're using one. Take yourself a little further if the body wants to. It's not necessary, but just check. Breathe. Long, smooth inhale. And long, smooth exhale. We're under 1 minute left for this form. Really see if you can notice any changes from when we first went in to now. Another 35 seconds. You can get it 2 or 3 more breaths. Maybe just 2 if they're really long and extended. Filling the body with air and stretching further. And very slowly using the hands to assist yourself up or allowing yourself to roll towards your center line. Pressing with the hands, help yourself up. Coming into a seated position, feel. Now noticing through both sides of the body, if you just tilted forward, we had that low back QL stretch. Really, really strong and usually really necessary. So next we are going to keep the right knee bent and just bring it a little bit more in front of us. I'm going to take the left leg, keep it straight, cross it over. Continue crossing it over for shoelace on the other side. Maybe here is a sufficient stretch enough. But if it's there for you, you can tilt. The right leg's going to the, or the left leg rather, is going to the right. My body is going to the left. Or whatever leg is on the top, the foot is going one way, the body is going away from it. Find yourself in this form. Notice if one side, that hip, deep hip stretch, if that's tighter on this side versus the other. And allowing yourself to melt. Holding the body, resolving to be in the form, even when it's uncomfortable. We might have this mild feeling of pressure, of tension, and this is a normal effect in Yin Yoga. We just don't ever want any sharp pinching, acute pain. A low, dull pain, or awareness more than pain, could be present. But we want to steer away from pain and observe sensation. And just 1 minute left in this form. About a half minute left, just under a half minute. And slowly you can press into your left arm, extended arm, or use your right arm also, or allow your body to circle to the front a little bit, taking the tension off of that side waist. Sitting nice and tall. Full inhale, full exhale here. And bringing the hands behind the body. Unwind your legs and extend them both along the floor. So from this extended leg position, I'm just going to rotate my legs, shake my feet on either side. So it's from this position that I'll transition into the butterfly or straddle sit on the floor. You can sit on your blocks for this if you need a little bit of lift. We don't want to have our sits bones under so that we're collapsing. I'll turn to the side and show you. We don't want this. So if I'm rolled more on my back with my butt, I can't sit like this. So I can lift myself on the blocks, or I can do both of these. I can put blocks under my knees to have my knees bent. If the straight legs doesn't allow my pelvis to sit freely, I can sit on the blocks. I can also have bent legs. Just find a position where your spine can extend and you're not starting like this. So we have butterfly. I like to do some blocks in front. We're going to let ourselves come forward. Maybe coming into the straddle sit is your expression of the pose, and that's fine. We're going to do this one a little bit longer than our other forms. So take your time to ease yourself into it. Slowly, slowly coming forward. You can have your elbows in the front. You can have a big cushion in front of you where you're like, oh, that's nice. You can be here. And then just dropping your head. You can have the block here, resting your head. Find a comfortable spot. Allow your body to melt. We really want to have stretch through maybe the groin, the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the backs of the legs, and the back. Let's bring it forward. Don't force yourself. Let gravity take you. We have a ways to go. Breathe and relax. Releasing the head if it's comfortable. You can also hold your head in your hands if it's too intense to let your neck just drop. You can hold your head in your hands, press into your temples, or just let the head dangle. Really bring up on your inhale. Stretch the ribs. Feel the body stretching on that inhale. Two minutes left. We'll have been in this form for a total of 5 minutes. And the others were in 3. But this one has so much work to do. See if you're yielded any more to the floor on your next exhale. We're in the last minute of our form. down. Sink a little closer to the floor. And then we're gonna press into our hands and roll up. Take your sweet, sweet time. Rolling back on the sits bones, taking the tension off the backs of the thighs or off of the low back. Slowly, slowly. From here, I'll use my arms to bring my legs. Try not to engage the muscles of the thighs just yet. Bringing them, helping them with my hands. And really slow-mo, windshield wiper. Taking the legs from side to side. Just feel through the leg the work that we just did. And then one side to one side. Next, we are going to have our quadricep stretch. We have a few options for this. So, if I did my windshield wipers, I'll let my legs go to one side. And whatever leg is on the top, in this case it's my left, I lean back and I see if I can stretch my quad. I can also engage my glutes and lean back and open through the hip flexor. Alternatively, if I need more stretch and more space to make this happen, I'll tuck the foot under and take it back. So you can have it on your elbows, or you can have a cushion, have a sofa, couch, chair, prop behind you, or your blocks. And if you take it all the way to the floor and you find that your knee is lifted, so my knee is a little bit lifted, but if it's like this and you find stress in your hip flexor, put a block under it, like that. If it's fine, and it's just a matter of tension, let's put it like that. Let's get our timer for 3 minutes. So the compression in the low back that's happening here is called nutation. So the sacrum area doesn't really have a lot of rotation. It's 5 fused vertebrae all together sitting under the lumbar spine. Or is it sitting or is it holding the lumbar spine? And it has very, very minimal movement. So we were talking about the sacroiliac joint last session. And if it's moving between the sacroiliac joint, this really tiny millimeters of movement that is possible is called nutation. So adjust yourself, feel that pressure in the low back or that compression. A dull ache is okay, but not an acute pain. And breathe, open that stretch, open that quadricep, open that hip flexor. We're over halfway done in this form. Your hands can be out at your sides. Again, I'm just really chilly tonight, so I'm closing my vest to keep myself warm. So staying comfortable, staying warm, so we're able to activate that parasympathetic and go into a deeper realm, a deeper dimension of relaxation. Under 1 minute left. About 10 seconds left, with just a couple of more breaths. When we're ready to release this form, or come out of this position we put ourselves into, I will roll to the opposite side of where the tension is on my thigh, taking the tension off that thigh and off my knee. Allow the leg to lengthen and then bring yourself back onto your back. And just be here for a moment. Slowly bending that knee and feeling it in. I'm going to press both of my feet into the floor to lift my hips and reset them back down. If you need to come back up, I'm going to roll to the side, use my arms to press me up, and bring this leg behind me. If you don't need to come back up, like if you have to come back up to be in a position like this, that's fine. But you can also just tuck the leg under you from that position. So find your position down on the ground, if it's there, or on a cushion, or on a block. I always like to have my head supported with a block or a cushion. And we'll hold it. Let's do this one in 3 minutes. Remember, anytime that we squeeze the glute, it opens through this hip flexor and into the quad. Yes, we'll feel some tension on the knee, but we don't want to feel acute pain or stinging or a sense of unsafety in any way. So yes, we want to play our edge, as we say in yoga. Yes, we want to take ourselves further a little, slowly, gradually, methodically, thoughtfully. Just a little bit at a time. Always imagining the process of what you're doing to your body. Imagine the physiology. What is the effect of what I'm doing have on the different systems of my body? My musculoskeletal system, my muscles and bones and fascia, what are they experiencing? What is my nervous system shifting or trying to shift from? Halfway through, see if you can feel the opening through that hip crease. We flex here while we sit, we flex when we forward fold, opening that fascia, giving it some fresh interstitial fluid or bodily fluid, clearing out helping lymphatic drainage, and generally removing stagnation from the body with our applied movement, our series of movement designed to squeeze and stretch different meridians of the body and organs. Breathe and feel heavy on the floor. About 30 seconds left. Try to see how many breaths you make in 30 seconds and take a mental note of it. When you're ready to release this form, again, rolling away from the leg that has the tension and allowing it to straighten gently. Bringing yourself back onto your back, just feel that for a moment. Oh, excuse me. So we had our leg bent, super bent. So what happens when you bend a hose and the water's on? You cut off the water. So when we straighten, you feel that blood rush back into the lower leg. Circle your ankle or point your foot if you need to. And slowly bring that knee in. You can bring both knees to your chest and just feel through the low back. Again, that compression that we put in the low back could leave your low back feeling sensitive after this mermaid stretch. So what we'll do next is we'll take our block, or your prop acting as a block, press my feet into the floor, bring the block under my sacrum. We'll have a supported bridge. I have the block under my head. I'm taking it out for supported bridge. Your hands can be again to your sides if you're not chilly. And you can rock gently back and forth until you find that right place for pressure on the low back. Maybe it causes a hip to pop. It's okay. And just notice, or maybe you feel like a hip needs to have that feeling. You can keep the feet on the floor with the knees bent. If you'd like to change your stretch, you can lengthen the legs along the floor. I also crawled my upper body to lengthen it along the floor, so wiggle your upper body long. You can extend your legs. It also functions as a stretch in both of the hip flexors and that pressure on the low back. Or you can keep your feet placed on the floor with the knees bent. You have 30 seconds left. If your legs were extended, you can adjust the feet, pulling the legs and slowly placing the feet back on the floor. And slowly press the feet into the floor and take the block out. So taking the block out and just let the back melt into the floor. You can tilt the legs a little side to side. Go easy on yourself. You can apply traction to the femurs, pressing down, pressing the femur bones away from the body. One at a time, let's hold our knees and pull the knees in, circle the low back on the floor. So circle one way and then the other, applying pressure to the sacrum, the sacroiliac joint. I'm going to pull my knees in a little tighter, hold onto them. I'm going to use this shape to roll myself up to sitting. So I'm going to roll, you can use your abs, I pull in, roll up, and I'll take myself into table pose from here. So from table pose, If you have your blocks also, bring them to the front of your space. And we're going to do an Anahatanasana or heart opener, supported heart opener. You don't have to have your blocks, but the blocks help it massively. So I have my blocks in my hand position, under my hand, and I'll walk myself back so my arms are not under my shoulders, my hands are not under the shoulder, they're like a 45-degree angle. And then I might even go further. I'll bring the blocks to the front of my mat, sink my hips back. You can also widen the knees away from one another. Sink my hips back and stretch through the chest, stretch through the armpit. Here you can also take the blocks out further than the width of your yoga mat if you feel like you need to, and bring it down, forehead to the mat. You can also have your blocks on their higher side so your forehead doesn't even come to the mat and you're like dangling in this hammock shape, really stretching through the back. I think you can even see it through my vest. So a little pull back through the armpit, but let yourself be passive here. This one we will keep only for 2 minutes. Bring yourself down and melt, relax, release. Feel the scapula pressing into the back. They're being jammed into the back because the arm is a lever in this position and it's leveraging the scapula or the shoulder blade into the back, causing compression there. But as we lengthen backwards, opening through the pec major, opening through the armpit, dredging the lymphatic area. Enjoy and breathe. Really feel the inhale, stretch your rib cage. Over halfway there, breathe. We're in our last 20 seconds. I like to even rock gently on the blocks, pulling them back so they're almost balancing on their corners. Sliding myself back into child's pose and taking the tension off my arms. You can bring your arms in to under the forehead or bring the hands or arms to the side in the classic child's pose. Very slowly, bringing the hands under the shoulders, press into the floor. Bring your body up gently. We come into this kneeling position just briefly. So now, we'll transition to the floor. If you have a blanket nearby or you want a blanket for Shavasana, have it. Before Shavasana, we will do the leg strap. If you have something you can use as a strap. And if you don't have a strap, you can use your blanket as a strap. It's not ideal, but it can be done. You could even use a vest as a strap. So let's come onto our backs slowly. Take your time. If you'd like to have a block under your head, I like to. You can set that up now. Also, if you wanted more block under the low back, you could do that, or you could also put block under your upper back for a supported fish pose, another supported back bend. So Let's find our way onto our backs. Keep that timer nearby. And I'll have my strap. So let's bend both of our knees and place the feet on the floor. I'll press into my feet to lift my hips and just lengthen my back along the floor. So take all of the time that you need to find this great, comfortable, resting, nearly final position on the floor. Let's extend our left leg up first, and we'll bring the strap. I'll put the strap in either hand, and we're here. The strap, we're going to gently add tension, but not too much. And you can keep your other leg bent, but if it's there for you, you can lengthen. It's up to you. So gentle rocking from side to side with the strap, or experiment with your rotation. I'm not taking my leg too far to the side or to anything crazy. Just bringing it towards my face, keeping it straight up and working on my stretch. And while we're ending our practice, yes, we're finishing our practice and we want to relax. You can also experiment with the feeling of pressing through the heel, flexing the foot slightly to get even more stretch in the back of the leg. And breathe. And gentle rocking from side to side. Halfway through, melt the back of the leg, the hamstrings, the quads, open that back body line. You can let your leg hang, let gravity do the work, or you can apply force, apply tension. There was 10 seconds for this side. Allow the leg to lengthen. You can even bend the knee a little more, and we'll bring that foot to the ground. Take the strap from it. Extend the leg along the floor, and just turn it on the ground. Shake it on the ground a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Bending both knees, placing both feet upon the floor. Stabilize your position. Right leg goes up, or your opposite leg goes up. One end of the strap in each hand, and bring the strap towards your face. Hold here. Slowly, if it's there for you, and you don't have to, is you can extend the opposite leg along the floor, and see how that amplifies the stretch through the hips. Breathing and opening. We're in the last 30 seconds of our stretch. See if there's any micro movements that help you ease into the final expression of your stretch tonight. And slowly, slowly bending that knee, bringing the leg down and placing your strap to the side. From here, you can extend both legs along the floor or have them both bent, but let's extend it along the floor and just shake it first. Feel that hamstring stretch, back of leg stretch. And feeling supported by the floor. So now at this time, you are welcome to have the knees bent. One knee bent, one knee not bent, extended. The knees can be bent and the knees can brace against one another to support the low back. They can be both extended along the floor. And you can bring your blanket. If you need a blanket tonight, and settling into the floor. And resting, feeling supported by the floor. Notice your breath rate. Notice your heart rate. Maybe noticing your digestion. Taking inventory of the body. Let's inhale and feel expansion. And exhale gently. And again, inhale, extend the legs and arms away from one another. Ooh. Inhale and exhale. Ooh. And let's roll to one side. Maybe your right side. Maybe your left side. Use the arms to help you up and come into a comfortable seated position. So if you feel like your parasympathetic nervous system is just getting started, you are welcome to turn off your phone or computer and finish the practice. Longer Shavasana, more forms if it's there for you. And if you're finished for a bit, we can breathe here together, seated. feeling the effects of our work. And bringing the arms out to either side. You can inhale both hands up. And exhale, open. See if you can feel through the body, see how the scapula sit on the back after that. Feel your energetic body out as your arms pass. Inhale. Arms come up and hands meet at the top. Exhale, hands through center, hands to the heart. Inhale and exhale fully here. Again, if you want to stay longer with your practice, experiment with your parasympathetic nervous system activation. Turn off the screen that we're joined with and enjoy yourself. Otherwise, we'll conclude our practice and our class for tonight here. Namaste. And thank you, girls.